It's a bit of an experiment for me. Not much of a fisherman, but I've seen these in the States and I thought I'd buy a cheap one and see how I get on. Done a bit of research and a bit more complicated than you might think, but apparently they're a really good alternative to a spinning reel. So this is a Baitcaster, and what I'll do is a separate review on this reel and how I get on with it. As I say, I'm not much of a fisherman, but it just struck me as being an interesting thing to play with, and they are cheap as chips off TEMU. So what else we got? Oh yeah, this was something to go with the bait casting reel. I have a number of rods that I've taken to various holiday locations with me. Telescopic ones. Quite flexible, made of fiberglass, multiple sections. They're about, I don't know, 15 inches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 inches in length. There are 4 lengths and then the handle. It builds up quite a nice rod. It's quite delicate, so we're not hunting for monsters here, but I should imagine it'll give some interesting sport. As I say, not really a fisherman, but it's just something that's nice to do when you're on a lake out by the sea. So fiberglass, very flexible, and a nice little bag to keep it in. So yeah, that's quite nice. Get that in a suitcase, no problem. Let's have a look at the handle. Again, these operate like sea fishing rods, so the eyes for the line sit on top of the rod rather than underneath it. And they operate pretty much like a sea fishing reel. What we got here then? Oh yeah, small torch. I have a number of these, but I needed a small one that was handy for those tighter spots. This one's a double AA. I've tried it since doing the unbagging, and it's remarkably bright, like a lot of the LED torches. So nothing special, but quite nice and cheap as chips, I think. So yeah, that's quite good. Happy with that. But yeah, I do a bit of, we recently bought a kayak, and my wife was complaining her hands were getting sore on the paddle. So these were some covers for the paddles, really thin, about 1 millimetre, I wouldn't bother. Yeah, like everybody else, I've got a few of these Ferro Rods. This kit was nice because it came in a nice little container. Looks like the Ferro Rod is replaceable, but I've not seen any replaceable Ferro Rods. But they're cheap enough anyway. Come with a striker in the end. I've had a go with this one, as you can see, but as you'll see, once you get this coated off, they do work quite well. Yeah, so that should get a fire going. And I say nice, neat, and quite bright, so you're not going to lose it. So yeah, happy with that one as well. These are a little double-ended clip. They're about 1 1/4 inches or 30 millimeters in length. I bought these because I've got a number of adapters for a paddleboard pump, and the adapters were fastened on with a bit of string. They're forever getting tangled. They're a pain in the backside. Putting these clips onto the paddleboard inflation adapters just makes them a little bit easier to handle. What was this one? Oh yeah, I know what that was. Let's have a look. So I do a fair bit of camping. I've seen these in use, never used one, but I thought I'd buy one and see how I get on with it. Comes nicely packaged, nice little bag. Seems to be well finished. As you'll see, a top central point, and then I think there's 3 sections, or yeah, 3 sections per leg. I sped this bit up because it was boring. I found this quite difficult to get to. Initially, meshing to the cap at the top. I tried breaking the threading by going from the other side. It did work, but if you don't get the angle quite right, yeah, that's not fun. I haven't tried it yet. Can't see any reason why it wouldn't work. Seems quite robust. quite strong, so I'm quite happy with that. As you'll see, the chain is adjustable. You just pull it through to the height you want and then secure it with a little pin at the end. Yeah, I'll have a go next time we go camping. Anyway, hope you found it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.